Hey, welcome back to another episode of OUTSIDEIN.
Your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
That's right. Yeah. So today we have another married couple.
And just to share a bit, right? I actually look up to the husband a lot.
Oh, wow.
Like, I want to be like him, inshallah, one day. Because right, his journey as a man of faith and the way he helps the community, right?
MashaAllah.
Memang really something that I really look up to.
Wow, kita angkat.
Yeah, but before we delve into the relationship, into their stories, this episode is brought to you by Fitria SG.
Yeah, so Fitria SG has a signature event called All About Nikah, and there's only one class left, that is Islamic Parenting. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are a parent, you're soon to be a parent, you're not a parent yet, you can learn a lot through this class lah.
And the speaker is Ustaz Maaz Sallim.
Yes, Maaz Sallim.
Yeah, a very well-known speaker as well in the community.
Yes.
So if you are, if you are free on that day, do join, do subscribe. Subscribe pula.
Do register.
Do register yourself.
Yeah, it's only $25.
Yeah, the last class anyway.
Yes.
And you will stand to benefit a lot from this lesson.
Correct.
So
okay. So
how do you sign up?
You should go to Fitria SG on Instagram. That's FITRIYYAHSG. And then you just register through the link that they provide. And then, you can just attend for the Zoom.
Yeah, it's a Zoom class, so you can do it from your home, from your hotel room, anywhere in the world, as long as you have internet access, you can go for the classes.
Alright.
Yep.
So, jangan tak pergi.
Pergi je.
Okay, let's go.
So
back to the program.
Alright. dah smooth sikit.
Yeah. So actually, right, there's this one interesting thing about one of our guests today. Dia help the community through services like Urusan Jenazah.
Oh.
And now Ruqyah
juga.
Yes. So let's
banyak
find
cerita
out
ni kita
more.
boleh kupas ni malam ni.
Correct. So let us introduce them. Abang Fathi and Kak Farah.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
So, Kak Farah ni dia pemalu. The moment kita start record suara tu hilang. Salah. Okay. So maybe you can introduce a little bit about yourself. For Kak Farah and for Abang Fathi.
Okay. Boleh cakap Melayu,
English?
Boleh campur-campur
Boleh campur-campur.
InsyaAllah, alhamdulillah. Okay. My name is Muhammad Fathi bin Talha. 37 years old. Alhamdulillah. Semoga usia sentiasa diberkati.
Amin.
And then this is my beloved wife. Your name?
My name is Farah Hazwani.
Yes, she's also another Farah.
Yes.
Farah 1, Farah 2.
I'm just a full-time housewife, but I'm also juggling my own business, which is I do designing, labeling, stickers. I also do freelance henna. So I'm a freelance henna artist.
Nice.
Siapa yang nak buat henna, kalau free tu contact je lah Dia tengah giling-giling kepala.
Boleh.
Boleh je content, no problem.
Yeah, okay, so
the first question we want to ask actually.
kita go straight to
laju terus
Straight to
question
Terus on ball.
So,
Okay.
Abang Fathi and Kak Farah, how did you meet?
InsyaAllah.
nak lagu kelakar ke, nak lagu sedih ke, nak
Yang
lagu
tadi okay.
Okay, alright.
Okay, we can say that I think, to be honest, I knew her since kita kecil lah.
Yeah, it goes way back.
Way back lah. I think my mother-in-law and my aunt is friends. Yeah, then after that, tapi time tu I'm very shy lah. Malu. Kita sedar diri. So but alhamdulillah ditakdirkan oleh Allah. Eventually we fell in love after so many years of not meeting each other. Lepas tu kita jumpa. Then alhamdulillah kita bernikah in 2012 December. Then sampai ke hari inilah insyaAllah. So this December will be our 11th year.
11th,
together,
masya-Allah.
dah lepas 10 year mark tu.
Betul.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so you also, I think for those of you who have followed our channel, our TikTok channel especially. You have seen Abang Fathi in one of our interviews.
Oh yes.
Dia punya video pun alhamdulillah dah nak jejak 100,000 views. So dia kasih dia punya
tips lah.
Tips on how to be
sustain a marriage.
Correct. So we have him here today with his wife.
Yes.
To share about his life, to share about their relationship as well.
Yes, correct. So like I mentioned just now, right? Abang is very involved in the community. And dulu dia pernah ada urusan jenazah.
Correct.
Right? And now he is a peruqyah. Yeah. So abang, correct me if I'm wrong, but all these skills, it's fardu kifayah, right?
Betul.
Yeah. So can you explain a little bit more what is fardu kifayah?
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mudah-mudahan apa yang kita kongsikan pada malam ini adalah something which is the truth and nothing but the truth. Alhamdulillah. Kalau salah, minta maaf. Okay, fardu kifayah kalau kita fahamkan based on what I understand. Okay, takut nanti orang cakap macam ustaz pula kan. Okay, so fardu kifayah is basically satu benda yang kita buat. Okay, contoh macam urusan jenazah. It's fardu kifayah because technically is kewajipan seorang Muslim tu antaranya adalah untuk menguruskan jenazah. Itu satu kewajipan kita sebagai seorang Muslim kan. So with fardu kifayah, it's actually if let's say in one community or in one area satu orang dah buat fardu kifayah tu, maka gugurlah kewajipan pada Muslim yang lain. It's different from fardu ain lah. Fardu ain is individually kita nak kena buat because this based on us.
Kita solat gitulah.
Correct. Fardu kifayah is basically you somebody did it and then the rest of us are actually not required to do it lah. Macam itulah. Kira macam kita cover lah. Macam itu. It's a bit for simple understanding is something like that lah.
Okay.
Kan cakap
InsyaAllah.
dia punya idol.
InsyaAllah. InsyaAllah.
Idola.
Siapa Dola?
Yeah.
Idola.
Apa
siapa Dola?
Apa Dola? Pekak pula, ada pakai speaker tapi pekak pula.
Hai, telinga dia kat pakai headphone pun tak dengar. Dola, siapa Dola? Raya.
Let's not go there. Okay. So, in a way, what made you want to? Okay, we go straight. What made you want to achieve this knowledge as a peruqyah, pengurus jenazah and all that?
Okay, it's actually it's a personal journey for me. To be honest, it all started off when my son was born in 2013, 27 October.
Wow.
So bila I'm holding him for the first time in my hands, macam like I said just now in the introduction kan, macam kita sedar diri It's like we know what we are lacking of. We know what we need to improve on. So when we hold that precious life in our hand, I was asking myself, how can I lead this man? How can I lead this human being untuk jadi manusia yang berjasa if I myself is lack of a lot of things. Yeah. So it was sometime in 2014 that I came across this advertisement untuk belajar urus jenazah lah. That one's at Masjid Sultan. It was a 2 days course. Yeah. If I'm not wrong, if I can remember correctly. So niatnya is just to go and okay lah, I just want to go and find out what is this urusan jenazah is all about. So bila duduk kat auditorium Masjid Sultan tu, that time yang mengendalikan kursus tu is Aki Wan Ashraf. Okay. I would really like to mention his name here because that day was the day that he changed my life.
So one man managed to change the whole
because
direction.
Cara dia sampaikan kursus tu lah. Because imagine if you're in an auditorium, he's on stage, and then the first thing he asks is that if right now you're going to be informed that in the next few minutes that you're going to have your life taken away from you, what will you be doing at this moment in time? Yeah.
Dalam tu.
Dalam. So I thought that was it. So that was a bit okay. Then after that, there's this moment whereby he asked us to imagine us on our deathbed, Lepas tu dia terangkan, try to imagine you on your deathbed, and then dia mula macam ni tau. Because it's very 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 clear in my head. Dia mula macam ni. Okay, bayangkan sekarang ni malaikat maut datang, cabutkan kita punya roh daripada kaki sampai ke lutut. Lepas tu malaikat tu cakap, wahai hamba Allah, masa taubatmu akan tertutup sebentar nanti, taubatlah. So imagine this, you closing your eyes. Lepas tu dia mulakan, so sekarang ni roh kamu daripada lutut sampai ke pusat. Sekali lagi diingatkan, wahai hamba Allah, saat taubatmu akan tertutup sebentar nanti, taubatlah. So daripada pusat tu sampai ke dada, dia cakap lagi sekali, wahai hamba Allah, masa taubatmu akan tertutup sebentar nanti, taubatlah. So daripada dada tu sampai ke kerongkong kita ni, okay, so daripada itu dia mengatakan, wahai hamba Allah, saat ini waktu taubatmu sudah pun tertutup. Then after that he said, then your roh is being taken away from your body. Sekarang semua buka mata. I tell you, at that point of time, after I open my eyes, I literally cried. Because merasakan your life is being taken away from you. Walaupun cerita dia tu macam bertahap-tahap, macam slow je kan, tapi sebenarnya hakikatnya apa yang kita tahu, bila roh kita tu dicabut daripada badan, it's just gonna be just like that. Because it's never gonna be a second delayed or a second faster. It's just right on time. So pada masa tu yang I realise that life is too precious. Sebenarnya life is too short. Because sekarang kalau kita kat sini, we are breathing right now, we may never know whether the next breath is going to be our last. So itu yang make me, no, I have to do something about myself. I have a family, I have a son that I need to raise. He's going to be looking up to me. Kita ketua keluarga, kita imam, kita suami kepada isteri. We need to live up to that. So how do we do it? So then I decided that, nah, I think it's time for me to move on. So saat itulah hari pertama, if I can remember that, I tell myself, hijrah.
Sorry bang, ada stiker lah bang.
Tak apa.
Thank you for the sticker.
Yeah, so hijrah tu lah yang that day is the day that I realised that I need to move on with my life. I need to do something better.
So Allah really gerakkan hati abang pergi kursus tu.
It shook me lah actually. Tapi the another thing that I cannot forget is because bila time kursus tu praktikal kan, time kita nak kafankan.
Praktikal kafan.
Yeah. So there's this brother also. I'm gonna mention his name, Sofyan. Okay, he's the one who actually was doing the ajar kita macam nak kafankan dan sebagainya. So they asked for a volunteer. So siapa nak volunteer jadi mayat? Yeah. So I was like, then Sofyan was telling me, why not you try? I did it when I was a participant. I did it. It changes my life. So why not you give it a try? So I said okay lah. So I lay down there. The punya instruction was very simple. You just lie down there. You don't do anything. Practically don't do anything at all.
Jadi mayat lah kira-kira.
Yeah, tricky. You just play dead lah. Okay. So imagine 3 layers of white cloth being wrapped around you. You're not allowed to do anything. You're not allowed to even help the people that is trying to wrap you up. Okay. Literally you felt that, oh mungkin ini kot rasanya. Mungkin ini rasanya bila kita dah meninggal, bila orang kafankan kita, the tightness of it and the helplessness of it. You can see people, but you cannot. People will not be responding to you. You cannot be saying anything. Even if you did, people takkan dengar. You know. So it's like, mashallah, this is helplessness in a way that I'm really not able to do anything. Then di saat itulah kita disedarkan bahawanya kita sebenarnya tidak ada apa-apa. The moment Allah take that capability, whatever abilities that we have, actually we have nothing. Yeah, so that is really a life-changing experience.
I think it's good that you actually went for this course. Walaupun you go there as a form of macam nak tahu, just to learn, and then somehow it motivated you to improve in your aspect as a better, to be a better Muslim lah basically.
Yeah. Basically macam pernah satu kali itulah macam datang tengok kematian dalam rumah. Then it's like you look around, and then sometimes we can't help it, but we tend to look at how people behave kan. So macam asal semua macam kecoh like nobody knows what to do kan. So it's like jangan cara tak sengaja lah kita sebenarnya tengah menghukum orang. Kan, we are judging people right based on behaviors right. Correct. So macam semua macam ni sekali, then it's like kind of like macam kena ketuk sikit. Okay, wait. If this happens to me, do I know what to do? Kita tengok orang kan, tengok perangai orang kan. Tapi bila kita tanya balik pada diri kita ni, kalau that is me, do I really know what to do? So bila soalan tu come into my head, then I was like, I myself don't know what to do. Yeah kan. So okay, so that is what I say that okay, nevermind. Then I think it's time I go and learn. Macam itu. So alhamdulillah peristiwa tu menyedarkan diri lah. Macam tu.
Yeah. And then speaking on that, right? Maybe ada orang ramai yang tak tahulah bila ada jenazah kat rumah tu, how should the house be, the condition, what should people around do?
InsyaAllah. Okay. The thing is, kalau contoh kalau ada kematian dalam rumah, what's important is for us to always remain calm lah. And then subject to contrary, a bit of contradiction to what usually the culture is in our community, jenazah tu kalau boleh jangan letak dekat hall lah. This is my understanding, and this is what I always share. Kalau boleh jenazah tu jangan letak dekat hall.
Letak kat bilik.
Letak kat bilik. Letak kat bilik, letak kat katil. Okay. The reason being is because one is jenazah tu bukan satu exhibition.
Yes.
Because you know that people are going to come and visit. Right. People are going to come and ziarah. So if you were to put jenazah at the hall, okay, and on the floor, unfortunately, orang akan datang, orang nampak jenazah, and then tak berapa cantik sangat lah. Because imagine this, if you are sleeping at home, orang datang ketuk pintu, will you be sleeping there or will you suddenly cepat-cepat masuk bilik, betulkan diri?
Masuk bilik lah.
Right, to fashion up and everything. Then you tengok tamu. Betul tak? The same thing. Because benda yang memalukan kita masa kita tengah hidup tu, jangan kita buat yang sama pada jenazah lah. Okay. So kita letakkan dekat dalam bilik, atas katil. Kau kadang-kadang orang cakap, dah meninggal letak kat katil, nanti teringat-teringat dia baring atas. Okay. But then again, that is his or her bed when he or she is alive.
Correct.
So kita akhir-akhir masa dia kat dunia ni, kita buat secantik mungkin, sebaik mungkin, letak dalam bilik, on the bed, comfortable. Okay. And orang kalau ziarah pun senang untuk kita kontrol. Sebab tak semua orang yang boleh nampak jenazah tu.
Unless they go to the room.
Unless they go to the room, right? And bila kita letak jenazah dalam bilik, orang yang ziarah tu, selain daripada ahli keluarga, akan rasa a bit segan.
Betul.
Kan, nak masuk dalam
masuk bilik.
Dalam bilik. So kadang-kadang orang akan avoid not to see the jenazah.
So it's not an exhibition.
So, because it's only kalau keluarga terdekat yang akan rasa macam nak masuk bilik, nak tengok. Correct. Then for us to control ataupun for us to manage the jenazah, bila dalam bilik is easier. Bila kita boleh tengok, check dulu jenazah okey ke tidak. Is everything proper? Aurat dia okey ke tak? Especially for Muslimah. Sungguh pun kalau seumur hidup dia tak pernah pakai tudung, it doesn't matter. Tapi akhir-akhir hidup dia, yang dia masih dalam dunia ni, walaupun dah meninggal dunia, is wajib untuk kita sebagai ahli keluarga atau pewaris untuk memastikan yang aurat dia pun tetap terjaga. So before anyone can come in, check dulu aurat okey ke tak, jenazah dalam keadaan okey ke tidak, sempurna ataupun tidak. Walaupun tengok dulu, lepas tu dah okey, then you let people see. Then is you the one who is opening and closing the cloth over the face, rather than orang suka-suka datang, nak tengok, buka. Then kalau kat luar orang nak kecoh-kecoh, biarkan. Yang kat dalam biar aman-aman lah. Jadi orang nak datang, kalau nak baca Yasin pun senang, tak ada gangguan dan sebagainya. So in a way, it's a form of respect, and then you give the best possible service. That is one thing which we should always be wary of.
This is actually an eye opener for me also. Pasal selalunya fikir, pasal I think since young when we go for melawat and all that, it's always mayat kat hall, kat hall, And then but now that you mention this, betul juga it's a different angle of looking at it in a much more respectful manner, especially.
Correct.
Yeah, actually ada story nak share. Okay, so one of my mum punya close friends, dia dah nazak. So I was there with her. And then rumah dia macam very kecoh. And then the relative of the yang tengah nazak tu keep touching and touching, selawat gitu. And then my mum said that orang yang tengah nazak, bila roh dia tu ditarik, dia seakan sutera, you apa bang?
You koyak-koyakkan.
You koyak-koyakkan. Yeah. So you touch like that, you think it's nothing. You think you're comforting them, but it's actually very painful for them. Yeah. And then another thing that I learned was that, macam abang share tadi kan, the roh akan dari your feet to your lutut to your perut tu kan. So my mum dia lebih berpengalaman lah dekat dalam rumah tu. So she was like, okay, every few minutes she will touch the leg, okay, still warm. Yeah, a few minutes later, cold.
Really?
Yeah. And then a few minutes later, the hand cold. Before that, it was warm. But then a few minutes later, it was cool. And then she was like, okay, it's coming lah. It's coming. It's the time is coming. Yeah. So I'm like, in that moment, I learned so much.
I never get this kind of experience.
InsyaAllah lah. Yang penting kalau orang, if we know that orang tu sedang nazak, it's very important for somebody to always be there with them. Because untuk kita mentalkinkan kalimah tauhid la ilaha illallah tu is very important and it's very crucial at that point of time, because masa itulah yang syaitan akan datang and then will try to sesatkan kita the last attempt, kira last kopi.
Last kopi
last kopi. So it's very important untuk kita have someone there to talkinkan. Yes, betul. Correct.
Okay.
It's encouraged, right, abang, to have at least one person in the family who knows about urusan jenazah.
Betul. Actually, matlamat is because when I went to learn is with PJSB, and again I will mention the company's name because PJSB is very close to my heart. Pengurusan jenazah Sinaran Baharu yang dikendalikan oleh Ustaz Haji Ruslan, guru kepada saya. So memang they allow me, they give me the opportunity to learn and then to apply what we learn. Then it's very important lah, because especially kita sebagai seorang anak lelaki, the thing that I always make sure that if I were to speak about this to my family and friends is very important lah, kita sebagai anak-anak ni kan yang masih ada ibu bapa, to really know how to uruskan jenazah, solatkan jenazah especially. Because kita nak kena tahu, imam solat jenazah tu bukan ustaz ataupun imam pengurusan jenazah tu sendiri. Supposedly yang ke depan adalah waris. So and what better way to serve your parents on their last day on earth by standing there and solatkan jenazah ibu dan ayah kita
sendiri.
Sebab kita yang mendoakan ni, dia punya rasa tu berbeza daripada compared to orang lain yang mendoakan untuk balas jasa ibu dan ayah. I think that would be the best, because kita semua tahu there's no way we can repay any of their deeds for us. Kita tak makan mampu untuk membalas jasa mereka sekalipun. Tapi alangkah indahnya kalau kita sendiri yang ke depan yang melakukan semua ni. Sebab dulu kecil-kecil mereka yang mandikan kita. Mereka yang jarungkan pakaian kepada badan kita. So now when they are gone, kita mandikan, kita pakaikan pakaian terakhir mereka dengan secantik mungkin. Lepas tu kita solatkan mereka dengan doa kita yang ikhlas, mengharapkan keihsanan Allah, mengharapkan rahmat Allah untuk mengampunkan segala dosa-dosa ibu dan ayah kita, dan menerima mereka sebaik mungkin dengan penuh kasih sayang, dan masukkan mereka ke dalam syurga bersama hamba-hamba Allah yang soleh dan solehah. So I think it's very important. And then mudah-mudahan I really encourage you untuk kita sama-sama timbulkan ilmu ni, because that would be the best thing that we can do for our parents.
InsyaAllah.
Pass on, insyaAllah.
Definitely, insyaAllah.
Yan, okay Yan.
Okay.
Yan ni hati taman lah. Last week nangis, this week nangis. Oh, Masya Allah. Tak apa, masih boleh belajar ya.
InsyaAllah.
Oh, there's one TikTok comment cakap, I've lost my dad. As a female, at that moment, I wished that I was a male and being able to lead the prayers.
Oh, Masya Allah. There's a lot of things that you can do in order for you to give the best send off to your parents. Bila dah meninggal tu, walaupun kita tak dapat untuk mengimamkan, kadang-kadang I think nowadays pengurusan jenazah, if I can say this correctly, do give opportunities to ahli keluarga untuk play some part in trying to give the last shower to the parents. Yeah, so I think any opportunity that you can get, you can actually do it. Tak kisah whether you're a female or not, because there's so many ways you can do it. InsyaAllah.
Woo! Such a wholesome sharing. Dia, I think you guys can see lah on Spotify, on YouTube. Every time abang berbalkan, he has just like
Terpegun.
hidup aku.
InsyaAllah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, dia macam tertarik dengan all this information pasal I mean I'm not a perfect Muslim, but I mean I always look up to people who can guide me in ways that I see as an example. So alhamdulillah that I have you here today to share your stories, and if it's making me feel this way, I hope that these stories that abang is sharing can make our listeners also feel motivated to improve themselves as a Muslim, insyaAllah.
Believe me brother, I'm not the perfect Muslim. I'm not the best, tapi kita semua usahalah. Kita nak kena usaha jadi yang lebih baik daripada yang semalam, and hopefully dalam masa yang sama we inspire others to do good lah, insyaAllah.
Okay, so kita that was your tak nak berbual. That was your macam the start of your journey to improve yourself, and also to help the community and your family as well. Betul. As a Muslim yourself.
Betul.
From there you actually moved towards doing ruqyah.
Betul.
Okay, so maybe you can share a bit of how was the transition to from pengurus jenazah to ruqyah, and maybe you have any other stories. Any other stories you can share about your ruqyah ke apa?
Okay, I think ruqyah itself has been something which I ask myself whether I'm going to do it or not. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is based on pengalaman lah. I think if people know, kadang-kadang kita akan berdepan dengan masalah gangguan jin dan syaitan dan sebagainya. Okay, so I shall not touch too much on life history, tapi disebabkan itu juga I feel that it's important for at least a member of the family tahu apa yang harus dilakukan, mengikut hukum syarak yang betul. Okay, untuk pastikan bila sekiranya ada ahli keluarga yang terkena gangguan ataupun ada masalah sedemikian, we know what is the right thing to do. Okay, it's very important because kadang-kadang desperate times kita akan end up doing things that is not right. Nampak macam okay, nampak macam betul, tapi sebenarnya tidak. So I decided to, actually I was in the midst of graduating, I think, kan? Yeah, I think in the midst of graduating from Pergas. Yeah, so I was a student from Pergas.
Hari ni kan ketak-ketik.
Yeah, so I graduated from Pergas in 2021. Started from takrif, SPI, SLPI. So SPI tu sijil pengajian Islam. Kalau sijil lanjutan pengajian Islam tu SLPI. So alhamdulillah after 5 years of studying. So after that, I met a lot of sahabat-sahabat yang hebat-hebat. Akhlak mereka in terms of bringing me closer to the deen, bringing me closer to Allah. So I think for some of you have known that I'm very close to Ustaz Tamliqah.
Yes.
Okay.
Ustaz Tam.
Habibie, Masya Allah. Okay. So dia yang mengajak, jom Habib, kita belajar ruqyah. So I said okay lah, why not? So kita pergi belajar ruqyah dengan Ustaz Ismail Haji Ali. Yeah, so I learned ruqyah in 2019. Tak silap, if I can remember correctly. So bila dah belajar ruqyah tu, okay, the main purpose after dah belajar ruqyah, ingat kan ruqyah tu kita nak fight dengan jin dengan syaitan lah. Kita dah jadi ghostbuster. But actually tak tau. Actually tak. Because if you were to look at it, sebenarnya kita nak membawa orang dekat dengan Allah. Dekat dengan Allah, dekat dengan Al-Quran. So that is the main purpose of it.
Betul juga.
Yeah, because bila kita ruqyah syar'i ni, it's basically just bacaan ayat Quran dengan kita kongsikan sedikit amalan-amalan sunnah yang orang boleh lakukan. So the main essence of it is keyakinan. Keyakinan kepada bacaan Al-Quran, keyakinan kepada pertolongan Allah tu 100%. So jangan kita percaya pada peruqyah tu, atau jangan kita percaya pada orang yang datang untuk ruqyah ataupun rawat orang tu. Kita nak kena faham apa yang dia baca, kita pun baca. So kalau kita baca ayat kursi dengan dia baca ayat kursi, perbezaannya adalah keyakinan, itu saja. Tak ada beza pun antara kita dengan orang yang merawat tu. Perbezaannya keyakinan. So kalau kita yakin dengan apa yang kita baca, kita yakin dengan, even jangan pandang rendah kepada suratul Al-Ikhlas, surah Al-Falaq dengan surah An-Nas. Jangan kita underestimate 3 kul ni, because they are very powerful. Kalau kita betul-betul yakin, kalau kita faham maknanya apa, kita faham history of kenapa ayat ni diturunkan. Disebabkan Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam pun dulu pun pernah kena sihir. So ayat ni yang diturunkan. Okay, so kalau kita yakin dengan bacaan kita, the essence of it is that the key ingredient. So bila kita yakin, kita baca, insya-Allah kita boleh menghadapinya. So basically it's just dakwah kepada orang, dekatkan diri dengan Allah. Hubungan kita dengan Allah tu nak kena macam ni. You have to be very like that.
Nampak dia tengah rapat.
Okay, hubungan kita dengan Allah nak kena macam ni lah. Okay, so bila kita mengajakkan orang, okay, solat nak kena jaga, it's very important this. First thing kita akan cakap, solat nak kena jaga. Kalau solat dah jaga, kita cuba solat awal waktu. Dah cuba solat awal waktu, kita solat qobliyah ba'diyah kita sebelum dan sesudah solat fardu, solat sunat 2 rakaat tu dah okey, kita tambahkan lagi solat-solat sunat yang lain, duha, tahajud dan sebagainya. So you see, it's not the quality, it's not the quantity of the ibadah, it's the quality of the ibadah yang kita nak terapkan pada orang ramai. That at the end of the day is you yourself. Kalau kita kita kena gangguan, memang it's easier said than done. Memang it's a long hard battle tau. Orang yang melaluinya faham. Kita mungkin kalau yang belum merasa mungkin kurang faham. Okay, but it's a very tiring battle. Tapi sesungguhnya kita tahu apa pun yang berlaku dalam kehidupan adalah ujian Allah, kan?
Correct.
And it will never be permanent. Maksudnya apa? Setiap kesusahan yang kita lalui pasti ada kemudahan selepas tu. Itu yang Allah sebutkan dalam Al-Quran, kan? Okay. So ujian tu datang untuk apa sebenarnya? Untuk kita mendekatkan diri kita dengan Allah, kan? So bila kita datang, kita membacakan Al-Quran, orang mendengar Al-Quran dapat pahala, kita membaca dapat pahala. Dan lepas tu kita nasihatkan orang lagi, lepas ini dah tak perlu panggil peruqyah lagi dah,
sendiri boleh.
because now the knowledge has been shared to you. Okay. So you amalkan, you nak kena buat sendiri, because the essence of recovery is from you yourself. Sebab apa tahu? Analogi dia macam mana tahu? Kalau kita pergi doktor, kita demam, doktor kasih ubat. Lepas tu doktor cakap, okay Yan, contoh sihat, nak sihat kan, nak kena tidur betul, air nak kena cukup, makan nak kena jaga. Okay, so go back home, you rest, you eat, you take a lot of water, you take this medicine, make sure you have enough rest. Don't do any strenuous exercise, something like that. So kita balik, kita depan doktor, yes sir kan. Balik doktor, obat ke mana, rehat ke mana, makan tak jaga, will we ever get better? No. Sama juga, it's the same. So bila kita meruqyah tu, kita dakwah, kita nasihatkan orang, dekatkan orang dengan Allah, kita berikan nasihat, lepas tu kita akan cakap amalkan. So it's you yourself need to amalkan. Then after that you will see the difference yourself, you will see the recovery yourself. So insyaAllah itu yang matlamatnya lah. So bila kita datang ruqyah, not because we are great, tak.
Okay, ni kita kan daripada tadi kan, Kak Farah
it's time to dengar suara Kak Farah. Boleh Kak Farah, ready dah cukup minum air?
Tadi minum.
Okay, so for Kak Farah, after hearing or rather being abang's wife and all that, how do you feel about abang's journey in this help for the community in a way?
Honestly, I'm fine with it. Because I mean, especially it's kena-mengena dengan agama kan.
Correct.
So I have no problem with him going through that journey. Like I will support for as long as I can. Asalkan benda tu mendatangkan faedah untuk dia and to the family, I'm okay. I will always support.
When you, because you mentioned that you started this journey bila your son was born. So when you both met, okay, kita talk about marriage itself. When both of you met, was abang like this before that? Ataupun dia macam chill je? Ataupun you know?
Macam mana nak cakap kalau tak buka aib
I mean, alhamdulillah.
Cakap depan-depan ni.
Well, as in, I'm pretty sure that sekarang abang is a much he improved himself in terms
Yeah,
of
course,
you know,
of course.
Yeah.
Like I mean, when we met, like he have always like told me that macam dia sebenarnya feel so small because the fact that I'm from madrasah. So pada dia macam like he's nothing, like dia tak layak untuk like get to know me. Yeah. So now I rasa macam
Dah layak.
masih rasa layak lagi cik. Like now I feel like because he improved so much, so kita dah on par cik tak lah. he actually knows a lot more than me lah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
So for Kak Farah,
InsyaAllah.
kita tanya sikit.
Lagu tu penting tau sebenarnya.
So bila Kak Farah first time dengar abang mengaji ke menangis pula mengaji like really dengan khusyuk and all that, first time you nampak dia jadi imam ke apa perasaan Kak Farah towards abang?
Dia macam love gitu.
Love.
InsyaAllah.
Hard eyes.
Dia macam something I've never spoken about lah. Kira dia macam dalam hati dia macam bunga-bunga tapi diam-diamnya.
Dia kena simpan lah.
Simpan.
So that was after you guys got married and you first saw him doing all this
I mean even when we were friends, I actually know him to love singing. Like dia masuk anugerah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I've heard him sang and still hearing him singing now. So I know that he has nice voice lah. Yeah.
So bila dia lagi-lagi bila dia baca doa, dia punya dengung-dengung dia semua.
Kol-kola dia.
Tapi betul, kadang-kadang kalau kita solat berjemaah kan. Dan kalau abang jadi imam, yes. Boleh dengar suara dia. Yeah, so ini kita light heart sikit lah. Tadi dah ternangis sekejap kan. Okay. Ada lagi sikit.
Curious je lah. Kira ada tak cerita-cerita pasal abang pergi ruqyah ni?
Any interesting yang boleh di-share?
Actually adalah. There's quite a few yang until today it does have an impact. I think I just can just share
The one that you were affected.
Itu baru-baru mula lah. Baru-baru mula where I actually do ruqyah. Then actually ruqyah tu that day itself it was okay. Kira normal. But it's because there are certain things that we need to dispose. Yeah. Then jangan cara tak sengaja, I think ditakdirkan oleh Allah. Because kita nak go into this path kan. I'm talking about keyakinan kan tadi. So kita balik kepada apa yang Allah kata dalam Quran. Bagaimana kalau seseorang itu nak mengatakan dia beriman kalau sekiranya dia tidak diuji. Betul? Yeah. So basically what happened was I was in the days most of the time antara macam kenapa macam ni I'm always angry. Tidur tak boleh tidur sebenarnya. I always wake up at specific 3 AM. Then after that akan mimpi yang bukan-bukan. Mimpi ada lemangga ke depan, tiup-tiup asap dan sebagainya. Yeah, so it's really something which macam kenapa aku macam ni So after a while alhamdulillah diberikan sahabat-sahabat yang baik. So dinasihatkan orang, they help me to pick myself up. diruqyahkan dan sebagainya. Ada satu part tu I think I was a bit down.
So, a bit lah.
A lot. Okay, a lot. So to the point that sahabat yang datang untuk membantu ni dia terus macam have to go the hard way. Kira macam tough love lah. Macam khalas, bangun, pergi ambil wuduk. Dah ambil wuduk semua. Then after that, okay, sekarang ni kira dia dakwah balik. Kita selalu dakwah orang kan. Sekarang kita kena dakwah. So dia cakap, you want to go through this path. We all know that this is the risk that we need to take. Kadang-kadang kita akan diuji sedemikian. So you need to fight it. You need to get yourself back up. Kita nak kena ruqyahkan diri kita sendiri. And dia kata, you don't need anybody. What you need to do is you need to believe in what you read. You letakkan kepercayaan pada Allah 100%. You only need yourself and Allah. You don't need anybody else. So now you do ruqyah untuk yourself. Yeah. So alhamdulillah dipermudahkan urusan oleh Allah. Bila dia ruqyahkan diri sendiri tu, kira I vomited lah. Lepas tu nak kena ruqyah for the next few days. To be honest, dalam 7 hari tu I cannot eat. Masuk makan je muntah.
Urus lah
I think I don't know lah, I never weigh myself. Tapi berat dosa tu masih ada. So bila dah ruqyah tu, salah satu cara untuk kita tahu sama ada kalau gangguan ni dalam bentuk apa sekalipun lah, kalau dia nak keluar daripada kita, kadang-kadang melalui muntah, kadang melalui getaran-getaran dalam badan, dan kadang-kadang maaf cakap melalui kita buang najis dan sebagainya. Yeah, so imagine for 7 days I never eat, but after ruqyah diri sendiri for a few days consistently, I go to the toilet. Every time habis ruqyah, toilet tu nak kena free. Betul, because it will just come out like as if I've been eating a lot, but actually tak. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, that experience taught me a lot. Kita tidak boleh complacent. Kita tak boleh merasakan yang cukup. Tak. Sometimes kita nak kena up our own level of ibadah. Kita nak kena have our own coping mechanism. In a sense that kita tahu this is the path that we want to take. Kita volunteer untuk bantu masyarakat. So there will always be repercussion. There's always consequences. So whether are we going to be mentally and spiritually, emotionally prepared, that is entirely up to us. So from then on, I tell myself, okay, there's no way that I'm gonna let this slide. So we learn from this. So in fact, macam mana kita selalu ruqyahkan orang kan, selalu dekatkan diri dengan Allah kan. So that makes me okay. Tak boleh main-main lah. Nak kena betul-betul jaga diri lah. Jaga diri, jaga solat, jaga hubungan kita dengan Allah, jaga segala-galanya lah, so that at the same time kita pun sihat for us untuk bantu orang lain. So that is one of it lah. Banyak lagi lah cerita-cerita yang kira is really interesting to me. Especially bila kita dah baca ruqyah, orang dah start nangis,
kan? Mengilai
okay lah. Tapi yang nangis tu kadang-kadang dah macam growling dan sebagainya.
Apa dah dengar.
Yeah. So ada yang kadang tiba-tiba macam they can really mock you. They can really macam play mind games with you. Kita pernah nampak pun kalau kat TV,
macam cerita exorcist gitu lah.
Macam even exorcist pun kalau kita tengok when konon lah kalau priest tu dah kira macam nak meruqyahkan jin tu, kadang-kadang jin tu boleh ketawakan dia, ludahkan dia, muntahkan dia, something like that. Because sometimes kita nak kena faham tau, syaitan ni is masters of manipulation. So bila kita baca Quran tu, kadang-kadang bila dia ketawa, dia ejek-ejek, kadang buat-buat muka kan, kadang-kadang dia akan test kita tau. Kita baca-baca tu, dia akan cakap salah baca tu. Salah baca tu. So
probably will stop tengah baca.
So now is the macam orang, because they cannot stop you, but they can make you doubt what you're doing. Yeah, so bila dah jadi macam itu, dan kita macam nak kena calm ourselves down lah. Kalau kita yakin apa yang kita baca itu betul, just carry on. Because kadang-kadang bila kita baca, dia ketawa macam tak load je aku baca ni kan. Tapi sebenarnya load.
Dia tengah
Cuma
takut
dia tengah main war games dengan kita.
Manipulation.
Mind games.
Correct.
They are playing the mind games with us. So kalau kita ragu-ragu, dia menang lah. There's a very fine line between kita nak rendahkan diri kita because kita ni hamba Allah. Dalam masa yang sama kita takut to the point that kita fall into the trap of aku lebih hebat daripada jin ni. So it's very very important for us not to fall into that trap. Because kalau kita rasa diri kita hebat, kita boleh overcome this jin just by ourselves. Itu dah ada sifat sombong. Sifat sombong tu sama dengan sifat dia. Jadi apa beza kita dengan dia? Sebab dia tak nak tunduk ataupun sujud pada Adam sebabkan kesombongan dia kan. So kalau kita rasa kita ni manusia, sedangkan kita ni hamba Allah, kita tak ada kudrat, kita tak ada daya dan kuasa melainkan apa yang Allah izinkan kan. So kalau Allah tak izinkan, we have nothing. So kalau kita datang tu dengan merasakan yang aku ni hebat, aku boleh baikkan orang ni, aku baca aku yang baikkan, Masya Allah, hati-hati. Because takut kita terjebak dalam keadaan macam tu, sedangkan kita tahu yang memberikan syifa, yang memberikan penawar dan kesembuhan adalah Allah semata-mata, bukan kita. Kita tak ada hak untuk menentukan apa-apa. So kalau sekiranya kita baca tu, Alhamdulillah orang tu sembuh, itu semua sebab Allah dah takdirkan, bukan sebab kita, tapi sebab Allah izinkan. That one kita nak kena faham lah.
Seram ni. Tak boleh sembarang dia.
Okay, habis Kak Farah, you tak takut ke abang buat ruqyah? No?
Allah kan ada.
Senang ya answer.
Masya Allah. Betul.
She has always been very supportive of what I do. In fact, a lot of times where I doubt myself, my wife is the one who tell me that go lah. You know, it is something good. It is something beneficial for the community. In fact, if this is the one of the things that keep you grounded, then pergi buat lah. Tapi those days when I think that we did discuss, are you okay with this? It's very important lah. Macam this is what I mean by open communication.
Correct.
So bila kita husband and wife ni kita bincangkan sesuatu, so I want to do this. Are you okay with it or not? Because this is the risk. Ada pros and cons. The cons is other than gangguan dan sebagainya is time away from the family.
Yes.
You know, pengorbanan on my side, and of course redha dia tu perlu. Because I need her redha, I need her doa, because keluarnya kita daripada pintu rumah tu perlu redha isteri dan perlu doa isteri.
As a human being, it's natural for us to feel fear or scared.
Yeah.
But I feel like all those emotions or feelings, like nothing beats having faith in ketentuan Allah, and you know that Allah is always there. You know, so macam like if you were to ask like tak takut ke, it's like I takut, but I believe more that Allah will take care of me and Alpha. Yeah.
Masya Allah. Yakin tu ada.
Betul, kita kena yakin.
We have gone through a lot that having open communication, macam really talk about how you feel about certain things. And sometimes kita lupa tau. One very important aspect of it is we have to make sure that we try to make our spouse as our best friends. Penting. Because I think that kalau kita boleh buat macam tu, so that open communication is easy. Because dia tak ada barrier of aku nak cakap dengan isteri aku macam mana aku nak I want to voice it out to my husband how because he's my husband. Tak, kalau kita really can throw that away for that moment of just trying to understand each other better, kalau kita boleh jadi best friends with one another, the moment we talk it's just like friends talking. So you want to let out your feedback, your opinion, your thinking. You can just let it out without having to feel like, why are you talking to me like this? I'm your husband. Tak, you know, jangan sampai jadi macam tu. So that is where the communication helps.
But I feel like having open communication is nothing if you tak ada sabar.
Yeah.
Like sabar to me is like on top, then comes communication. Sebab kalau you boleh berbual tapi you tak ada sabar pun susah.
Asyik main berbual, main shoot kepala je. Itu pun susah juga.
Patience is to me is key.
Patience then communication.
Patience and doa.
And Allah.
Allah kan ada.
Allah kan ada.
Allah kan ada.
Ni dah boleh buat hashtag tau.
Allah kan ada.
Boleh,
Kita perlu buat hashtag tu Okay, so we shall wrap up this episode. The next episode will delve further into their relationship as it is.
Yes.
For now, let's wrap this up.
Before that,
lupa sponsor.
Don't forget all about nikah, guys. Last class.
Yes.
Okay, have to go on the 26th
26th of August.
Okay,
so go to FITRIYYAHSG on Instagram. Sign up. Yeah, and boleh dengar Ustaz Maaz Sallim berbual pasal menjadi Maaz Sallim. Ustaz Maaz Sallim.
Maaz Sallim. Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
Hello, Ma.
Salah.
Oh, is that ada? Oh, sorry guys. Bye.
We have come to the end of the episode. So if you are ready pula. So stay tuned to the next episode. If you like what you heard, like, share, subscribe, and
stay tuned to the next episode. Okay.
Socials. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.